Bonjour Cancer and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your yearly tarot reading for 2023. So I hope you're doing well and that you've had a good month so far. And I ask that, as always, please remember those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody, so take what applies and just discard the rest. So I'm going to be looking at the energy for each of the months and I'm going to do a wheel spread. So let's see what we have for you. So what are the main energies for my Cancer Aquarians for 2023, please? What do they need to know for their highest good? Now, I'm also going to be posting your tarot birth cards yearly readings next week, so I suggest that you also check those out because they will give you a more complete picture or may resonate with you better depending. Okay. So in January we begin with the Ace of Wands. In February you have the Nine of Coins. March, the King of Swords. Wow, you begin your year very empowered. April, Knight of Swords. May, the Hierophant. I'm so sorry about my dogs. They have a habit of just trying to ruin my readings. June, we have the Emperor. July, we have the Ace of Swords. August, we have the Sun. Beautiful card. September, we have the Three of Wands. October, the Queen of Swords. We have the couple here with the swords. November, the Page of Pentacles. And finally, December, the Moon. Now, bottom of the deck is the energy underlying for the year for you. And we have the Page of Swords. This is interesting because I believe that Pisces also got this as the underlying energy. So if you have Pisces in your chart, you may want to have a look at that. So 2023 is going to be the Chariot year, which is the card of success that comes in through sheer willpower, through having determination, taking on any obstacle that life throws at us and being successful. You know, it's really a victory that's triumphant. It also talks about sometimes travel, literally like traveling, going somewhere. So there may be a significant travel, but generally speaking, a significant trip I meant, excuse my appalling English. But generally speaking, it's a card of things moving forward and being determined to attain what it is you want to attain. So, you know, eyes on the prize. And the underlying energy is the energy of the Page of Swords, which marries really nicely with it because the pages represent new direction and also messages coming your way. And sometimes this message is what triggers the new direction. But with the Swords energy, which is to do with knowledge, truth, communication, thoughts and ideas, this is you researching, getting all of the information that you need in order to get what you want, you know, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever your goal is in 2023. So when you marry the sheer determination of the Chariot card, going for victory, going for their goals, with the preparedness of the Page of Swords, it is a very powerful combination. So it's beautiful. And we believe we begin the year with the Ace of Wands. Now, aces are always nice to see in a reading because they represent a brand new start, you know, a new energy, like a breath of fresh air. And particularly after December, when, you know, we have the holidays, we recharge our batteries, we see our families, we spend some time with our loved ones, and then we start January with, some of us, good resolutions. I personally don't because I don't like to set myself up for failure. So I just try to be, you know, reasonable in my expectations of myself. But, you know, it's nice to see an ace at the beginning because the Ace of Wands is a very exciting opportunity. So whether it is a brand new adventure that's on offer for you, I did mention the fact that the Chariot may refer to a trip. So there may be a trip, an idea to go on a trip, to prepare for a big trip. I'm hearing a trip of a lifetime for some of you, so that's for someone out there. But it can just be, a very ambitious idea or project that you feel really fired up about, because this is fire energy, this is desire, passion. It may be that someone comes into your life and you're having a very passionate relationship with them. I'm not going to deny that. But just generally speaking, it's something that ignites your heart and soul on fire, which is so nice in the cold month of January. It's really a very positive, optimistic card. And it's followed by the Nine of Coins. I mean, this is a beautiful card. The Nine is achievement in tarot. Coins refers to the earth energy, the pragmatic, practical energy. And the Nine of Coins talks about being prosperous and abundant, and it came because of what you've done. That's what I love about the Coins energy. It's that reference of having applied yourself, having worked patiently or diligently, having developed a skill, and gaining that harvest, the reward for the time, effort, sweat equity that you invested in something. So this is a very independent card as well. This is a card that talks about not needing anyone to be happy in your life and to be able to survive in your life, in the physical realm. So it may talk about a very well-developed career, for instance, that provides you with the financial security. It may well be that you have overcome some personal problems and you are now feeling very strong because you've had to rebuild yourself. The Coins energy does not necessarily have to refer to physical possessions. Coins, initially, with the Tarot de Marseille, represent the body. So you may have rebuilt yourself as well. From a previous health problem, for instance. But it is a very empowering card that says that you're going to have a sense of abundance and of self-confidence, that glow that comes from knowing that you have this. And it's having enough to have some in the bank, whether it's the emotional bank or the financial bank, and give some to others. You may also have more time to give to others as well. And then we move on to the King of Swords. Now, Kings represents knowledge, expertise of their suit. Swords being the mental realm. It's interesting to see that at the center of your spread, you've got the Page, which is the entry card of that. So, making the research, getting to know the processes and the data that you need in order to achieve what you want. And then there you are, the King of Swords. I'm really feeling that this is your energy. It could be someone in your circle, obviously, but... and obviously energy, okay, no genders attached here. But the King of Swords is someone who is very intelligent and very confident because they have the knowledge. They've worked their way through the suit of swords, so they know when to make a decision when it's sound, and they know how to gather all the information they need, and they can be relied upon as being fair and honest. And they are very powerful. They don't get swayed by their emotions, which makes them very fair people. Any decision made would be made in the light of facts that have been gathered and analyzed. So I see you in March being in that energy and being very decisive, because the suit of swords, that's hard for me to say, the suit of swords is a suit of action. So I see you standing on your throne and being very sure of the decisions that you have to make. And then you move to the Knight of Swords, which is you taking action on it. It's very interesting to see that you've got all of the court cards in the Swords energy. So there is a lot of mental energy going on in your read. And I did notice it because you also have the Ace of Swords. And notice how you have at the two halves, you have an Ace of Wands that then becomes an Ace of Swords. So you have renewal in the middle of the year as well. But there's a lot of mental energy going on in your read, with only 2 coins and 2 wands, the rest being also major. So it is an absence of cups. I'm not going to dispute it. It's not going to be a year, according to this spread, that's going to be based about you know, like meeting your soulmate, having something to do heavily on the emotional realm. This is really to do with, I would say, either your career or your enjoyment of life, in the sense of, you know, having a direction. What are you doing? So for instance, if some of you have retired, having a brand new adventure and having a clear direction of where you are going. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting, you know, a romantic relationship. Now, remember, time is fluid. This is projecting over 12 months, and every action you take, every thought you have, will ultimately have an effect on the outcome. So things may change. That's why I do the next 3 months readings, because they are more specific, you know, a snapshot of 3 months rather than a year. But as it stands, this is the energy. I do not see something very romantic. I see you looking at your life more on a either spiritual level or a very everyday life. You know, what am I doing with my life? You know, what am I doing concretely, practically with my life, whether you're at work or whether you're retired or whether you are in education, trying to change your skills, trying to change your career. And as the Knight of Swords, once you have empowered yourself as the King of Swords and you have all of the facts that you need and you have the confidence to move forward, then you go for it. Because the Knight talks about taking action, things moving forwards. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest of all. It's air energy. It goes fast. It's having everything that you need in order to take action. I'm hearing strike the iron whilst it's hot. That's for someone out there, because that's not a phrase I use, but definitely that's what I'm hearing. So it could also be an offer that comes your way out of nowhere, like thin air is another thing I'm hearing in my head, so I have to share those. So if there may be a door that just opens because of the energy that you have displayed in March. So either you are going for something, or an offer comes in, or truth, you get some truth, some knowledge, you get your hands on some knowledge that's going to have an impact during the month of April. And then May, you have the Hierophant, and that's what I was talking about. I can see how next year is going to be a year where you're looking at your life and where it's going with, and I'm getting the vibe of retirement for some of you, you know, what do I do now kind of thing. And for some of you it's a change of career. For some of you it's starting a business and losing the comfort of having the wage that comes in every month, but you're fine with the Nine of Coins because you are liberated from that. You're very powerful here. There is a clear sense of direction in your reading. And when it comes to May, you get the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a big energy of enlightenment and knowledge. This is obviously, as a major arcana, an energy that has a longer term effect on your life path. So you may be looking at your spiritual beliefs, you know, what you believe in, and be questioning it, because the Hierophant is ruled by number 5, which is the number of change, disruption. It disrupts the stability of number 4. So the Hierophant may bring you some download from your spirit team that trigger some kind of thought process and make you question things, is what I'm hearing. There may be also for some of you a decision that, you know what, I'm fed up of working for big companies and I want to do something for myself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this could have been a job offer that brought you the independence that you needed financially, and then, you know, you find out something about this company, for instance, and this is it. It just shakes you to your core, and you start questioning everything that you've taken for granted in your beliefs, and then you boss up with the Emperor afterwards. So there is that. That's for someone out there. Otherwise, it really is a card of knowledge. You may find that in May you have a thirst for spiritual knowledge and you want to dig. So this may be that. If you are in a committed relationship, you may be you may get married in that month. You know, someone may propose. If you are already married, you may be feeling the need to concentrate on this relationship and give it more time, you know, more of your attention, because you're going to be very busy here in that first quarter. It's very evident. And then we move on to June, where you are bossing up. We have the Emperor here. Now, the Emperor, number 4, stability. So from that change, that disruption that you felt, you're going to feel more stable in June. And the Emperor is a very fiery energy of power. The Emperor is somebody who has the wisdom through the years of experience. So it may represent somebody, no genders attached again, just the energy, that has that's either older than you or has years of experiences that may be of significance to you in June. They may put you in the right direction or help you in some ways. And it doesn't have to be a financial help, it can be also a counseling. The Hierophant can also be a mentor. You may also get some counsel from the Hierophant. The Emperor, however, is someone who takes action. We're talking about somebody who conquers, someone who knows all the steps in order to be successful. And they lack for nothing, and they are very powerful. So you boss up, is what I'm getting. Or someone representing these qualities appear on your life path in June. And in July, you have a big wake-up call because it's the Ace of Swords. Now, I love the Ace of Swords because it's ultimate clarity. It talks about having that light bulb moment that pings above your head and you're like, that's it, I know what I need to do. It's a great victory, a breakthrough mentally. It's the epiphany for me. And it's very interesting because it's right under the Page of Swords, and as I said, the underlying energy for you is going to be about that of research and knowing what to do, where to go, what's the best way for you. And with the Hierophant, which is a very it's an energy of knowledge, of developing yourself. It's very interesting to see that when you combine the spiritual energy of the Hierophant and the knowledge of the Hierophant, you then have the Emperor who takes action, and then that brings you that victory. And it's very interesting also to see that you start with that Ace of Wands, which this door that opens, that's very exciting, and then you get the clarity. And this victory, this clarity that's brought upon you continues with the Sun, the best card in the deck. Another major arcana. August is going to be a beautiful month for you. It's going to be happiness. Now the Sun is warm, so you're going to feel that warmth, and it's also success, victory. Could be revelation if you pair it with the Ace of Swords, a big revelation for you. But it's going to be a very, very pleasant month, which leads to that Three of Wands, fire energy, clear sense of directions and things growing. We love to see that. I love to see that you start with the Ace of Wands and 8 months later you have the Three of Wands. You have seen the growth. The Three of Wands is that energy of okay, so I've taken the steps in my physical realm and in the mental realm, and now all of the decisions that I've made have brought about some growth. The Three of Wands also is eyes on the prize, just like the Chariot. It's having that sense of directions because you can feel things are growing, and so you are feeling this enthusiasm for it. And then we move on in October with the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords may refer to the counterpart of the King of Swords, that may well be. Again, just energy, but this is patience and understanding of the mental realm. So understanding your thoughts, understanding the knowledge you've acquired and being able to use it. But it's a more receptive energy, it's the yin energy as opposed to the king who's going to take action. Now the Queen of Swords doesn't mean that she's not going to take action, but the Queen of Swords is somebody who is going to cut what no longer serves them. They're very fair, just like the king, but they also have a certain level of protection, and that's why they cut what doesn't serve them, because it's weighing them down, and they understand that. So it is really being in full understanding of what's happened this year and why things happen. And you may find that you turn your back on some things, cut them off, whether it's people, hobbies, jobs, side hustles, whatever the case may be, because you can see the growth and what's happened, and you've had this epiphany in July, and so you're now in a position where you understand why things have happened and you can make the right decision. And this heralds the Page of Pentacles, which is a new direction or a bit of news, but that's very pragmatic, practical in your physical realm, because it's the coins energy again. So it could be an injection of cash in your business if we're looking at that. It could be an opportunity to go on a course to develop your skill to become a senior leader if you are still working for someone else, for instance, a big corporation. But the Page of Pentacles is a page also that wants to learn, so you may feel that need in November to develop your skills, because you know that growth comes from developing yourself. Either way, it's a new direction, it's something fresh, and very tangible, because the earth energy is the most grounded of them all, so it's reliable energy. And it could be a message, you know, and you may be getting a little bit of money or a little raise or something because people have looked at what you've done and, you know, things are being appreciated, what you've done is appreciated. And then in December, you are going to go into some kind of a slower mode with the moon. The moon, obviously, you know, with Pisces, we know the link, very intuitive energy. This is your element, because you are a water sign, just like Pisces, is what I was trying to say. So the Cancer energy, water energy, is that of really understanding your heart and trusting your gut. And the moon talks about that. It's very intuitive. The moon also talks about things that may be a bit of uncertain. You know, we're wrapping up the year. December is always a time where we reflect, and so you may feel that you are in a deep reflection, which may bring about some kind of deep feelings that have been buried or compartmentalized, that are going to come out. But generally speaking, it's going to be a slower period of time where you're going to be drawn to be introspective, and the advice here obviously is to trust your intuition, to listen to your heart. You may need to do some shadow work in December in order to look at what you want to achieve for the following year. There is absolutely no negative sense from this card. All I'm getting is a period of inner reflection. And as I said, maybe some feelings are going to come out which have been buried because you have a better understanding of yourself. Water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, very good at doing this, very good at understanding your feelings and being in touch with that precious intuition that you have. So I hope you have enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you did, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm so humbled and grateful that you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly wonderful and magical 2023, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.